Walking, psychopath talking, king of the jungle, just a nightmare stalking, living life like a firecracker, quick as my fuse. Vendetta's the death back, the colors I choose, red or blue, cause of blood. It just don't matter, sucker, die for your life when my shotgun scatter. The gangs in LA will never die. We just multiply. Boom! Classic Ice T. Hello, world. Hello, America. Hello, you. It is your new best friend, Cashmere, California. And this is the Pod is Good podcast, aka the Notorious PIG, episode 50. Pod is good. And all the time, if you know, you know. If you don't, keep listening. You will learn. Today, we back to the scoreboard. We got some things to discuss. Week 5, NFL. This is going to be a humbling episode for a lot of us out there, but we still going to do it. We here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take this like a man. You know what I mean? All right, let's get it going. Gentlemen, welcome back to the scoreboard. Thank you for being here, sir.
Back in the game.
Good. You know, everybody feeling good. I see you. I want to welcome my man Jay to the show. What's going on, Jay?
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. He's another
Appreciate it.
Cowboy fan. My man
Yes,
Vance
sir.
Bug in the building as always.
Vance.
Raiders. I see you.
Okay.
Stand up.
Okay.
And of course, Steph is always here repping those 49ers. What's good?
Always faithful.
All right, let's jump right into it. Let's not duck any smoke. Let's get straight to the nonsense. This week, week 5, let's say this. The San Francisco 49ers humbled the Dallas Cowboys in a 42-10 walk away. No conversations need to be had. No debating. No blaming the ref. It was over dang near before halftime. Demolishing game on Sunday night. We the Cowboys. The Cowboys. It felt like y'all made them take those Colt 45s and just put them away. Just tuck the 45 away. Get a spatula out and make some eggs or something, because ain't nothing happening out here in this field for you. I'm first gonna go to Vance Bug, the biggest 49er hater on the planet. And I want you to tell me about the game, man.
Well, I love football, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to come from the football aspect. I'm not going to come from my guys, because we all know what we're going to say about that.
Okay.
You guys had one job, okay? And it didn't happen.
It did not happen.
The 49ers played very strong. Some good football was happening, man. It's like you couldn't stop the freight train that was coming, man. It wasn't fair. It seemed like, the Cowboys didn't have that talk before it's time to go out and see these guys that we know we want to beat.
Right. So, who else do you want to beat more than them?
So, hey, I gotta hand it to the 49ers on this one. Excellent football. Execution was there. It's like, okay, we was going to run on you. Okay, so since y'all want to figure out, we're going to throw it on you. And yikes. So,
yeah, it was.
That's all I have to say to the 49ers on that one.
Salute.
But last time y'all played, y'all didn't do that to us, though.
Oh, there you go. Jay, can you give us your overarching view of what it felt like Sunday night watching this game?
Can I cuss on here?
You can do what you want to do, sir. I don't hold nobody back.
We got our asses whipped. It looked like Joe Montana was throwing the Jerry Rice on us. It looked like Roger Craig was back there. It just, and we had the same team that went try to go play against those guys. So It went real bad. We need to go into the locker room. We need to take our cleats off, hang these jerseys up, and think about it, and really sit down Indian style. And everybody needs to first of all, we need to put Dak Prescott in there and make him stand up because he wasn't tired after the end of the game. He
Right.
threw a lot of picks, and
Yeah.
so you know, yeah, it's just a straight old fashioned beat down, and we're gonna always be in trouble with Dak running that rock. So that's how I feel about it. Sorry, Dak. It is what it is. You're a great guy, but football ain't your thing right now.
Man, I agree. Well, to the victor go the spoils. I will allow the floor of the floor to the winners. The winners of week 5 stay 5-0.
Woo!
How'd you feel Sunday night, sir?
Man, look, it felt good. I want to tell you, I ain't gonna lie to you. It felt good. It felt good. The defense, man. Remember we talked about last week, and I say whoever's gonna come out with that emotion on that defense, whoever throws that first right hook, and and the 49ers just kept on throwing punches.
Yeah.
And
never got hit.
Because I thought, Dallas was gonna put up more of a fight because of their defense. But as good as Dak can be, I'm starting to wonder, is it the play calling? Does Mike McCarthy need to go get an offensive coordinator? Maybe he's not putting Dak in the right position to be because we all know he's a good quarterback. So, of course, Dak is the front man. He's the one that everybody sees when it go good. He's good. When it goes south, Dak is the dude. But I wonder if it's not if it's Mike McCarthy, because they're a better team than what showed up Sunday. Because remember the last time that they played, man, that game was a low. That was what?
It was like
19
12 or 19-13, something like that.
Right. So I anticipated. I was looking for one of those.
Right.
The last one. If you don't duck, you get hit. The last one to connect.
And that was what we said, that it was going to kind of come down to the end. It was going to be like some walk-off field goal or some moment at the very end that would kind of shift the game. And I do agree with you, because if you think about the offense ran under Kellen Moore, number one, last year we were way better, almost one of the top teams in the league for red zone conversion. Now we're at the bottom for red zone conversion. And when you watch the game, it did feel like Dak don't have I don't feel like Dak is great, but I feel like Dak is solid enough to get you through some games. Right. He's solid enough to put up more than 7 points. Right. And it just felt like nothing was there. Like there was no separation. It felt like, I agree, the play calling under McCarthy, especially going against a dynamic defense like the 49ers, just felt like it ain't good enough for them.
Man, it was suspect to me. I mean, it was, he came out, with some vanilla stuff, man, and you going up, and this is a must-win game. This is one of those games where if you lose, you want it to come down to the field goal kicker with 2 seconds on the clock trying to bust a 56-yarder. Because both defenses then folks is being carted off the field.
Right.
CD Lamb over there frustrated, man. He was about ready to go upside Dak's head, because he was like, man, give me the ball. Give me a chance to make a play, So
Right.
It wasn't a game that I like a good fight.
Yeah.
What I mean? I like that. Ain't nothing wrong with a knockout every now and then, but when you see a good fight, man, you want to see go all the way down to the final round, and it ain't no one-sided, but Brock Purdy, they gonna stop talking bad about that boy because he's a smart dude. He don't have the strongest arm. He ain't the fastest on his feet, but you can't mess with his IQ, man. The dude is pretty smart. He know where not to throw it.
Yeah, that's big, because Dak didn't have many. He didn't have many times that I felt like, oh, that was a good pass. I mean, that was a good opportunity for you. But when he did, like when he overthrew, I think it was Gallup, just by like 5-7 yards, I'm like, what was that? But then he throws that one to Turpin in the bucket.
Man,
I
nice
mean,
pass.
beautiful. So it's like you'll see a glimpse of Dak, and you're like, yo, bring that out more. And I'm starting to kind of side with Jay, whereas it's like maybe he can't. You know what I mean? Maybe he's just the every once in a while flash of a good moment quarterback that could exist in like one of those USFLs or one of them other leagues or something like that.
Right.
But when he gets to the NFL, yeah, you're gonna have
Too
big
fast.
stats. You're gonna lead the league sometimes in passer rating and in yardage thrown and all these empty stats. But when the lights get bright, you're gonna turn back into that guy that's timid and scared and runs away crying.
Well, he definitely
100%.
Yeah, it's rough to watch. It's rough to watch. I was looking at some of the aftermath of the game, and I don't know if you guys saw Kittle.
His
Kittle shirt that said, F Dallas.
Right.
And what do you feel about that Vance? You feel like does he have the right to do it? Is it disrespectful? Is it like, come on, man, the gamesmanship? You know what I mean? Like, don't do all that. Or you feel like, hey, I say what I want.
I didn't know he really wore it. I thought it was something Photoshop.
I feel like you might be right, but I did feel like I heard him respond to it or say something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, him. Who dog is that? Something about him being able to rock it or something like that. Something I can't remember, man. But
yeah, it's cool. They always try to do a little bit controversial stuff.
Right.
Keep it lit.
Yeah.
Because when you saw him out there on the field, it wasn't nothing but respect, for each other. You saw at the end of the game, McCaffrey and Mike Parsons, swap jerseys,
Yeah.
That means they say what they, whatever it is they need to keep them fired up, but
right. Keep the fans going.
Yeah. When you're out there on the football field, it's all about, just playing hard. So if you need that little extra something.
Right. Yeah. And I got to give Kittle a lot of props. Kittle, they had him on Micah pretty much the whole night. Every time I turned around, Kittle was running straight at Micah, blocking Micah, something with Micah, bumping Micah. I'm like, all right. I mean, that's a big boy.
If you don't, you're in trouble.
Right.
You got to chip at him with somebody. Everybody got to take a piece, man. You got to chip at him because if you don't, the dude too good, man. He's too good.
Yeah.
Well, salute, man. Salute to the 49ers. You guys played an extraordinary game. Like, I forgot who it was. Somebody said that, I can't remember. Anyway, he was saying they don't feel like that they played. He said he felt like they played the best that they could play. Like they peaked in that game. And if they did, I don't know, because I don't know, the team like that. But if they did, that's a hell of a peak. You know what I mean? To score 42 on who the NFL was calling the top defense, a historic defense, a legendary all-time, all-pro defense in Dallas, even with Trevon Diggs, he still should be able to, hold the team to a certain amount. I feel like we did decent with the run. McCaffrey didn't go crazy on us like he's done some of the weeks prior. We did a good job stopping the run, but I think that's the beauty about the 49ers right now is they have so many weapons that you can spend all this energy shutting down the run. Debo didn't do anything crazy on Sunday. McCaffrey didn't do anything crazy, but then Kittle goes for 3 touchdowns. You're like, dang, we forgot.
But you got to remember, we're getting away from Dallas being terrible. The part of this is the 49ers have a rookie quarterback that was drafted at the lowest. The plumber got drafted before him, but they're putting him in places to be victorious.
Yeah.
Dak is being done the same way. You don't think these guys know what the Dak's limits are? Okay, let's give him short routes. Let's give him tight end routes. Let's give him swing outs to the back. He still can't hit those. The 49ers quarterback can, but Dak can't. This is why that's a losing combination. Football is built on a lot of emotions and a lot of energy and a lot of let's go get it. And then your quarterback keeps letting you down over and over again. You're going to find a way to just start separate yourself mentally from that player. Dallas needs a whole new change. Dak cannot lead that team to the NFC Championship, period.
And to your point,
and I said it today.
And to your
and
point,
I said it last year and the year before that. As soon as they got Dak, I told everybody he's not that good. He's not that guy.
He's not that guy.
I wish we still had Tony Romo with the team that they gave Dak the first 2 years he's in.
Yes.
We would have been in the Super Bowl. We might not have won it because there was some powerhouse teams, but we would have been to the Super Bowl in the NFC. Period.
And to your point, how do you not be good if you're the quarterback and you practicing against a defense every day like Dallas's defense?
Now you're understanding what I've been trying to say. You're playing against the top 3 defenses every day in practice.
Right.
The number ones are out there against you, and they're fast, they're quick, they're able to do other stuff. You still can't figure out.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
It's a problem. He got that when the lights is bright. That turns into putty, man.
Hey, I got no defense for him at all. Just like we had no defense for the 49ers on Sunday night. So the question is, Jerry Jones says that he still believes in Dak. He said he's still the guy that's going to get us to where we need to be. After this performance, let's not just talk about a loss. Everybody takes losses, right? The 49ers will lose eventually this season. Everybody gets an L. The question is, why are you saying that after Dak has his worst performance ever? This is his worst showing ever, and this is the time you go, he's still our guy. He's still our guy. We believe in him. Why? Can anybody tell me, outside of what we already alluded to, that maybe he slept with somebody and he got some dirt on him?
You sure do got some dirt on Jerry Jones because they gave Dak a lot of money.
That's all I can see. How is there any way, even if you exchange the names, think about any other franchise, if their quarterback is not they didn't just have a bad game, but twice they led you into the playoffs and they were the sole reason that you failed. And then this year you've been doing great, but guess what? Your quarterback hasn't. He's just been kind of okay. Your defense has held you down. Your defense kept the other team's score down. Your defense put up points for the offense. Your defense gave the offense short fields. And guess what? Only one time in those was your quarterback able to even get it in the end zone. Every other time it was a field goal or a turnover.
That man.
So how do you look at this performance and go, yeah, that guy, he's the guy. He's going to take us. Does anybody have an answer?
No.
There's no. You said it right. Jerry Jones owes Dak something. Like, we don't know what it is. We don't know what's going on, but Dak got Jerry by the balls, and it is what it is. Like, it's the only way another quarterback got brought into the league, brought into the team, was when Dak got hurt, and look what we did.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so. Yeah, you just gotta just look. It's been over and over again. You keep doing the same thing over and over again, try to get a different result. It's all bad. There's no fixing it.
You brought up a great point that I don't think we've talked about here, is that the ownership, the coaches, the leadership, they know. They watch the games just like us. They watch it more in depth with greater
We're
analytics than we do.
we're not even close.
Not even
close. I played at a high level of baseball and the studying of the stuff that we got to do and just to understand pitching and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But just imagine there's so many moving parts in one football game that the coaches have to understand, especially the head coach has to understand everybody's job, not just his job. He has to understand the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, lineman, where the lineman's moving. Then he's got to watch film on the other guys. So he's just prepping. Here's Dax. Here's all your video. Here's all your stuff. You need to prep too. I'm gonna put in plays for you with your baby arm to throw the ball across the field. Okay, here you go, toddler.
With your baby arm.
Let's get. And Dax a great. I'm not. Look, this is football. We're not talking about his personal life and him as a human being because he's a great human being. I would love to hang out with this guy, but as far as suiting them up together, no, I'm good with that. Like, no, man, you're not gonna lead me nowhere because you can't. You don't have that in you. You're not beast mode enough to take this team nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's not just this year. Every year on paper, the Cowboys are top 3 in the league. Every year on paper since Dak been on this team, been top 3. Top 3 defenses, top 3 receivers, top 3 corners, you name it. Top 3 offensive line. What else do you want to give this man to be successful? Yeah, you're going to be successful because your offensive coordinator is great. Your defensive coordinator's been great. Your linebackers are good enough to just keep the game in place and do all the things that's necessary. But here you go. Hey, we got a 3rd and 11, Dak.
Right.
You might as well punt it. We're gonna punt, coach. That's what I'm gonna do because I'm not gonna make that throw.
We're gonna punt on 3rd down.
3rd and 11 in the Super Bowl, and you punting because you know Dak ain't just punt it. What's the punt? I don't know the punt sign, but that's the punt sign. That's what I'm gonna do if I'm the quarterback because I'd rather trust my defense because he's gonna pick. It's gonna be a pick 6.
Right.
3rd and 11. 3rd and 11 is a pick 6 for Dak. That's not his number. 3 and 11 is not his number. You see them 3 and 11 is a pick 6. Look up the stats. I don't know if it's there, possible, true, but for some reason, every time I turn the TV on, 3rd and 11, I see a pick 6. I be trying to turn the TV so fast. No. You know, that's what happens.
You don't even want to see it.
Yeah, I don't even want to turn to something else. Fraggle Rock. I don't know. Something still on.
Fraggle Rock.
but like you said, you were saying if it was you wouldn't even want to suit up with him. And that's what I'm worried about the most with the team is like I said, Jerry Jones says he still believes in him, but does everybody else? Does CeeDee Lamb, who has the potential to have a Hall of Fame career, does he want to stay with somebody that keeps throwing the dud? Does Pollard want to stay? Does Diggs, who's definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame one day, does he want to stay? Do you want to stay with a team that has this leadership where not only is the quarterback leading you to losses, blowing potential games for you, but also the owner is like, I'm not going to anybody else. Not only am I staying with the guy that keeps losing, I'm doubling down on him, and I'm gonna go with the coach who hasn't been a play caller since he was dealing with way better quarterbacks than Dak Prescott, quarterbacks that could overcome maybe the not so great play calling. I'm gonna trust him with his archaic play planning to now run the team. It's like if I'm on the sideline, I'm sitting there like, what are we doing over here? Like, I mean, I'm getting my check. That's cool. But, after you got money, you got money. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing when you're trying to get money.
Right.
Once you got money, you got it. So
now you're trying to win. You're trying to win.
Right. You want something else now. I want to win.
Right. I want that ring.
I want.
Yeah.
How you going to get that?
And you just, the other players, man, they just want the opportunity to get the dance. You know what I mean? Give me a shot. Give me
Right.
a shot at the title. Give me a chance to get to the dance, and then whatever happens. But
Right. Yeah. Nobody was ever playing street ball or playing in high school or college thinking, man, I can't wait to get to the NFL and just play regular season and preseason, man. It's gonna be so awesome, man. Just
Yeah.
back then, 16 games of good regular season play, woo, and then go home and watch the playoffs, man. It's gonna be the life. Nobody,
right.
Yeah.
nobody thought that. So yeah, that's tough. That worries me the most because, like you said, Jay, we have and always do have quality in almost every facet of the
Yeah.
game. That is just what the Cowboys do. And you
Yeah.
do not want to start losing that. And then next thing you know, maybe Trey Lance does get hot. And next thing you know, you got a good quarterback again, but now you don't got the weapons. Or
Right.
you get smart enough to bring somebody else in they can lead it, but now CD don't want to be there no more. Gallup out of
Right.
here. Pollard injured again.
Mm-hmm.
Trayvon asking for a trade. Now you're like, dang. Okay, we got to rebuild again.
Yeah. When
It'd be tough for Dallas fans, man. On the other
it's
side of the
tough.
ball,
It's tough watching. It's tough
yeah,
watching
man.
football for us, man. It is. It's like it's the same old story.
On the other side of the
Same
ball,
old story.
on the other side of the ball Sunday, there was a team that wore red and gold, and they got the same old story as well, but in a different way. They are able to take a regular, degular, nobody cares about this guy, ain't gonna do good nowhere else, quarterback, and make him look like the second coming. They do it all the time. I hate to tell you, Raider fans, yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo got the 49ers to a Super Bowl, but he ain't getting nobody else in a Super Bowl. You need the 49ers. So to me, in my eyes, my eye test says that Brock Purdy is literally, he's living a fairy tale, man. Do you guys remember the movie Rudy? He is the quarterback remake of Rudy, where you got this guy that's on the sideline, nobody's thinking about him, they making fun of him, get out of here, and he finally comes in and saves the day. That's Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is literally saving the day. He has taken the 49ers, put him on his shoulders, and he's not making mistakes. I mean, as regular as he looks, he's undefeated, as they keep wanting to point out for whatever reason in the media, undefeated in the regular season. How? How did the 49ers do this? As a longtime quarterback and baseball player, you looking at a Brock Purdy in their system, how are they doing it, Jay? How is he doing it?
First of all, believing in yourself, wanting to be there, wanting the ball in your hand at all the crucial times.
Yeah.
He wants that ball. The work goes into it. The details, the small details in the NFL goes a long way. Being able to recognize the zones. I mean, the sleepless nights of him studying and making sure he was ready for this moment. He's been ready for this moment out of high school and college.
Mhm.
That's the difference. He's been ready. You look at Tom Brady, he was ready for these moments. Aaron Rodgers, all these guys been ready for these moments. You got to look. Aaron Rodgers did what? Sat behind who?
Brett Favre.
You think Brett Favre was really breaking it down to Aaron Rodgers? Hell no. Nah. Aaron Rodgers like, man, as soon as this guy leaves, they going to see.
Yeah.
Same scenario. They pick me last. These motherfuckers pick me last. Let me show you something.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you something.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. It's in that kind of. It's just hard because you want Dak to do good. I want everybody to do good, but you just see he don't have that hungerness. He don't know how. He probably does, but he don't know how to bring it out of himself.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He don't really know how to take that energy and use it to his behalf. He's already got money. So now what do you do? How do you do it?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? How do you? What do you do from here? You know, he's never gonna get better until he gets at the bottom of the dirt. He needs to sit on the bench for a whole season. It's the only way it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You need to let somebody else see what it takes to win, and that's until that happens. Dak's gonna be the same. But yeah, you know your San Francisco man, they got a solid. I mean, they're gonna lose. They're not that good, but um, you know, to see what this kid's doing is really encouraging, and
Yeah.
I love the fact that he was drafted last. Janitors got picked before him, and he, you know, and now he doing his thing, and that's it's always a blessing to see, man. Get it.
Yeah.
I love the fact I love them stories, man. You know it.
Yeah. Has there ever been a Mr. Irrelevant that had this level of success in the NFL? Has there ever been a player that was drafted last but shined, even if it wasn't this fast or anything like that? But like ever, I just don't remember the stories.
Never. Because
Never.
most Mr. Irrelevance, they if they lucky if they make the practice squad. You don't hear about it because when it comes to the 53 man roster, they know where they're not even there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Mr. Relevance, you the last one drafted. Thank you for coming to New York. You know,
Here's your t-shirt. Here's a t-shirt and a swag bag.
right,
Yeah,
right,
a couple dollars for some
Go
food.
NFL.
right.
Yeah, but
Right.
they saw something in him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They saw something in him. Um, you know, like in preseason, right? To even make the practice squad, to even get past that, to get past all these obstacles that he had in front of him, they saw something in him.
Yeah.
Well, you know
They,
what they said. What I paid attention to is, you know, the dude Purdy played 4 years starting quarterback at Iowa State. Iowa State had a decent squad, you know, but like Purdy says, I'm not the fastest. I don't have the strongest arm, but in 4 years of playing football, I've seen a lot of defenses. So I played a lot of football. Trey Lance, hell of an athlete. I mean, athletically, you know, that's why the 49ers moved up and got him with the third pick. I mean, he was your dude. He was your Lamar Jackson. He was your, you know, the Russell Wilsons, all of them that was running around, your Patrick Mahomes, you know, with his legs and athletic, but you know, unfortunately he was hurt all the time and he played maybe 2 games in college.
Yeah.
You know, we came to the 49ers when the 49ers drafted him, got hurt beginning of each season. So, you know, talent-wise, the dude, man, is gifted. You know, he's a hell of an athlete, you know, and I hope that he can really display that at some point. But he don't, you know, he hasn't played any football. And that's one thing Brock Purdy has. He's played 4 years of a starting quarterback at Iowa State, so he's seen a lot of defenses. So, you know, at some point, you know, I think Trey gonna be good. You know, if he could play, get on the field and play some football. You know, you could be smart and read all of the books, but if you're not on the field, man, you got to have those repetitions. You know, you got to be out there game speed.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, even the story about, you know, when they talk about Purdy and him studying the game and, like you said, being around different defenses and whatnot, it's like, but that rings true to a lot of players in the NFL right now. A lot of players played in, you know, semi-pro. They played in college. They've been studying. They've been focusing on the greats. They've been, you know, learning strategies. Like they've been students of the game, yet still may not be able to execute You know what I mean? When it's game time like him. Even if they did have, hell, we've seen quarterbacks that had phenomenal, or just players, period, that have phenomenal college careers. And then get to the NFL, and their college career might have been way more than Brock Purdy's, right? As far as their experience, as far as the teams, the college that they played for. Yet, when they got to that game speed of the NFL, it still didn't translate. And so I keep going back to, I really wonder, and I'm gonna ask y'all what you think, if Brock Purdy would be the same player if he played for the Browns, or if he played for the Colts, or if he played for the Broncos. Would he still be shining the way that he is with the 49ers?
I don't know, man. That's like putting Michael Jordan on in a purple and gold uniform.
He shot. He
know, I'm just saying. You could throw who's like that argument. Who's the best, Michael Jordan, or Magic Johnson? Both hell of us. You can't take them. But if you throw Brock Purdy in some other system, who knows? Maybe not. We don't know. But for that dude to be winning, and to not be, I like to think his IQ, has a little something to do with it. He ain't, like you say, he ain't the most athletic. When he don't take off and run when the pocket get tight, you step up in the pocket, he a pocket quarterback, man. He don't try to do something that he's not good at. He just does focusing on what he is good at.
Yeah.
And that's what the Debo and wide receivers were saying, that even Fred Warner on the defense saying, man, the dude, man, he tried to make it fit against practice, good defense. He's not scared to make throws. One of the problems 49ers had with Jimmy G. Jimmy G wouldn't throw you the ball if he wasn't wide open. And he was going sideline to sideline, which is Shanahan's bread and butter, stretching you out from sideline to sideline. But now Brock Purdy wants to go down the field too, so if he was going to be good anywhere else, I don't know. He's doing all right now, though.
Yeah, he's solid. He's solid. All right.
I think, hold on, let me give my piece on that.
Yeah.
I think there's different scenarios for everybody. You have to look back at if he was number one pick and he went to a team that had nobody. San Francisco had a solid team and he fit right in. But if he went to the Cleveland Browns or something where the offense is just stanky and the defense is stinky, and they want him to win already like the NFL does, then no, it'd be tough for him. It's not like back in the day where they took Troy Aikman and then Cowboys they drafted him number one and he went 1-15, remember? And then they just build him up. You build that player up and then look at him back-to-back Super Bowl. So it's hard because your city wants you to win so fast now. They don't give you time to learn any system. They don't give you time to learn. People want the heads cut fast, and that's the problem in the NFL right now.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. We usually do the recap. I'm going to get a recap session to my man Vance Boog, because everything else has been the Cowboys and 49ers. That's everybody else on the screen. But Las Vegas Raiders, they celebrating a big win this week.
A big win.
Raiders had to put it on them Packers. How you feel, man?
It feels good to win a game finally. But it was also good to see them use some different tactics in their plays. They opened up that play action a little bit. Still not feeling Garoppolo too well, because it seemed like every time he had a chance to throw it, he's like and it just wasn't like he said you know what I'm saying? He wasn't all like that. So I feel that of course we won. It wasn't a lot of points. To me, like, you can't think playoffs, you can't think Super Bowl unless you are at least scoring. And
Right.
17 points ain't really scoring. Like, respectable game, 24 and up, 28 and up, you good. But you just can't put 17 points in the game and in 4 quarters and expect to be like, okay, we number one, we about to go this way. But it was good to win, see some, things they could work at, and we'll see. Raiders.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it.
So I noticed that though Josh Jacobs was number one in the league last year, it seems like his production this year hasn't been the same. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I did notice he changed his number too.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the boy can still run. That's the thing.
absolutely.
The boy, he got cut, like he could cut up the field, but I think that comes down to them utilizing him more like they were utilizing him last year. They're not utilizing him. They're trying to fill Garoppolo out, so he has the ball more, and he's giving it to he utilized. They did a play where they actually had 2 tight ends. They don't usually do that, and that kind of worked out good for them. But he just got to get used to everybody and stop just going to Devontae Adams. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, you ain't gonna get the ball unless you all the way wide open. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's scary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, get that thing in there, make it fit. Like, okay, throw it in front of him, whatever you got to do. But like you said, I guess he's like we just asked about Purdy. Maybe he's getting used to this new system. But we all thought it would be all good because don't y'all head coach come from the Patriots? Don't you come to the Patriots? Y'all kind of speak the same lingo. So that's what we were thinking, that the team wasn't really feeling McDaniel's coaching because it was from a certain, and he wasn't communicating the way he needed to. So when he had when we thought he got Garoppolo in there, we're like, okay, now he has somebody that understands where he's coming from. But that's not showing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was cool win, but a lot of work to be done still.
How many interceptions did Garoppolo throw?
I knew it was 2 at least.
I think I saw 2. I didn't watch the whole game, but I thought I saw at least 2. Does that coming from someone who deals with that? Okay,
We have interception nightmares.
coming from someone who every time Dak goes back for a play action and he keeps it, I hold my breath like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Coming from us, how does that feel to you? Or looking at Jimmy G, has he been throwing a lot of interceptions? Do you worry about it, or is it like you understand when you see the interceptions that hey, he's filling it out? They're trying to get their timing, they're building chemistry. I'm patient with him.
No, I wouldn't be too patient with him because you've been in the playoffs, you've been in the Super Bowl game, so it's like I can't be too patient with you. You know what you're doing. You know what it takes, and we ain't just in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand trying to get used to your guys and bringing them together. I understand that part. Like I said, man, every time he got the ball, it seemed like he's not sure. So of course I'm worried about that.
Yeah.
Because to see guys sit in the pocket, feet down, you see it.
Yeah.
But he's like, throw interception. Like, out of here, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. Steph, when Jimmy G was with the 49ers, who was his bona fide wide receiver that he trusted the most? If you recall.
Oh man. Jimmy G he would never go down the field. I mean, the tight end was always, him and Kittle. Kittle was his number 1 wide receiver, because, Kittle would peel off a block or something like that, and Jimmy would dump it to him or dump it to the back, and when the pressure got on, he'd sit up there and he'd pat the ball. And then by the time he didn't, Debo is down the field somewhere, man. Now you didn't overthrow him. Now he not open no more. When you sit down, he just won't let it go. If you watch Jimmy play, man, he'll sit up there in the pocket when he drop back, man. He patting. Man, stop patting the ball and throw the ball.
Right.
So, like I said, and he wouldn't throw unless he was, wide open, and wide receivers, man, got pretty frustrated with that, man. Look here, man. I got this guy. We running neck and neck. So throw it on my back shoulder or something. Throw it an outside word. Give me a chance
Give
to
me a
make a play.
chance. Yeah, give me a
And
chance.
Jimmy G just wouldn't do it, man. He'd dump it to the running backs, man.
So with that in mind, Vance, who do you guys have at tight end? Since that now we know that might be his tendency as like a safe, his safety net. Do you guys have a strong tight end with the
Monroe
Raiders?
is probably our strongest one that we have right now, because he was right behind Waller. So that's who I really miss.
Yeah.
That's who I really miss. But yeah, he got him, and then he's kind of using Renfro on the slot a little bit. Like I see them doing some other things that was cool, but they just need to just nail it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you'll see a play go wrong, then you'll see the replay. Like, okay, I see where they went with it, but it's like they just need to nail it. You know what I'm saying? Get some points on the board.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I asked because sometimes players they get used to their bread and butter, and then they go to another team and they try to find that same bread and butter. So if Steph is right and his number one go to that kind of got them moving along was having that strong tight end that could not only be there to catch the ball, but then as we know Kittle will get you another 16, another 8. Like he'll push the ball upfield.
Strong.
Go to a new team and they don't really have that. Now it's like I gotta try to trust somebody 40 yards down the field. Now I'm worried about the safeties. I don't really read safeties that well. There's a whole new playing field that now I gotta look at a different part of the game. So I wonder if that's affecting him at all. Just a question. So the last one before we get to our predictions for next week. Bill Belichick, man, they said Bill Belichick has now suffered his back-to-back, first time ever, back-to-back 30-point losses. Should Bill hang it up, or does Bill still got more in the tank?
Oh, Tom.
Right.
It's time. Go ahead and hang out with the grandkids, the dog, the new cars, the duck hunting, whatever you want to do. It's time, man. You done. There's nothing for you to prove anymore. You have nothing to prove. There's nothing.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Go ahead and just relax now. You've done it. You're one of the greatest coaches of all time. Hang it up, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
You ain't got to sit up here and look at the new. And the problem is the new wave of the culture. It's hard for him to coach these kids now and understanding and get the best out of It's too hard. They on their phones all the time. You can't. It's too hard at that age to understand. You need a younger coach in there that's going, that kind of understands that they're going to be on their phones because that's what he did. So it's time to go ahead and hang them up and, put your loafers on and get the hell out of Boston.
Right.
There you go. real quick.
Get some sunshine in you. Maybe your face will stop melting.
Real quick, shout out to Duval in the chat. He's out in Vegas right now. I see you, Duval. Happy birthday to you, good sir. He said, "Go Saints, go Saints."
Happy birthday! I see him.
Yeah, y'all did well this week. Y'all did well. What was that?
Who the Saints, right? Who's my quarterback for the Saints?
I remember we had
Did
that
Carr play this week?
conversation. Yeah, he was actually saying Jay was the first person to tell me when Carr was thinking about leaving the Raiders. Jay said if Carr goes to the Cowboys, we'll be better off than with Dak, and we'll be in the Super Bowl. And you still stand on that?
Yeah, but look what Carr's doing right there. 3-2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Saints. I mean, Carr's a good quarterback. He just didn't. Some teams just don't click with you, man.
Right.
Yeah. He did a good job for the Raiders, but the Raiders never built up around him. Sorry, it is what it is. Carr had one of the strongest arms. He can get the ball to you. He read defenses, but he put points up. Raiders will give it back up.
Right.
It's just the way it is. There's a lot of games that he should have won, and the Raiders and the organization let him down. And that's just one of always look at quarterbacks and see what they could bring. Watch the Saints. Saints going to be pretty good. Hey, look, I'm gonna call it today. The Saints will have a better record than the 49ers at the end of the season. Woo! I said it in your face.
Ooh.
Oh, the
Hey,
Saints gonna have a better record than the 49ers. Oh
I
my
called it.
gosh.
I'm not.
That's fighting words almost.
No,
Nice.
really, it's
It's
not.
not. It's not. It's really not. It's really not. I mean, hey,
Yeah,
the Saints will have a better record.
you
I
know,
mean, because they're 3-2. You guys are 2 losses away from being tied. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a good. The season's gonna be pretty good.
any given Sunday, anybody can lose on any given.
100%.
100%.
Except for the Cowboys when we got Dak throwing the ball. That's a loss. That's a loss, especially when the
Finish
game
everything in Sunday.
when there's the lights is bright and it's all on cover. You know, you guys got the late game. Dak, don't forget playing San Francisco
Don't forget
tonight.
that.
Don't forget. Man, come on,
Don't
man.
forget.
Sorry,
Dak, don't forget.
I'm gonna stay off of Dax. I'm not gonna say nothing about that man no more. I'm okay.
Man.
That's funny.
But remember, I said it today. The Saints, they were my sleeper team because of they got Carr. You know, I always like that. I always like that young man. So
Carr is gritty. Carr is very gritty. I mean,
my man,
he's
See?
gritty. You know, that boy played with a big set of balls. I mean, he just gritty like that though, man. You know, he the kind of dude, man. You just like, man, we're gonna walk down the street. It's 5 of those cats right there, man. You hit a couple, I hit a couple. You know,
Right.
he's the kind of dude, man. You know, he gritty like that.
Yeah. Respect. We're gonna see. We're gonna hold that. We're gonna replay this later on around week 16 and see.
Let's go. We'll
I
play
love it. I love it. Big
We'll
prediction.
do it. Yeah.
All right. Let's do predictions for week 6. Vance
Okay.
Bug. You guys are hosting the Patriots out in Las Vegas. They've suffered losses back to back by a margin of over 30 points. How do you predict this game going?
Raiders could win.
You don't want to sound too sure. Like
Raiders could win. You know that maybe they won't wake up before the end, but I know Tom Brady's not coming back any soon, so we might have a shot.
okay.
Might
It'll
have
be
a
a
shot.
good game. It'll be a good game.
And it's
but you
at
guys
home.
will
It's
win.
in Las Vegas, so
It's in
Right.
Vegas. It's in Vegas. You're gonna bring them and dry them out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring them out there to that desert sun, dry them out. They ain't used to that. They like playing in the
It'll be
frozen
hot.
country.
It'll be
and
hot.
cold in
Yeah,
the
they
snow.
It'll be hot. They'll
Yeah,
be out
They like
there
playing in the
sweating like
snow.
slaves.
in the
Snow
snow.
rule. We owe y'all.
All right, so your prediction is that y'all might win. That's your
I
final
would say
prediction.
it may be a low scoring game. It may be another low scoring game.
Okay.
Good call.
All right, Steph, 49ers, y'all heading out to Cleveland. Heading out to Cleveland to face the Browns, who, man, they were looking tremendous at the top of the year. I feel like they've kind of leveled off a little bit. I know your prediction already because you predicted that your first 7 games, you guys will go undefeated. So far, your prediction is true. You said that back during preseason. So I know your prediction. We all know it, but I'd like to hear from you. How do you think the game is going to go in more detail besides y'all going to win?
I think it's going to be an ugly game coming after a game that you had circled on your calendar with them Dallas Cowboys. You know, it could be like one of those trap games, man. You know, you come off a high, real high, and you just like, man, all you folks and all your energy is, and you put so much energy into last week's game. You know, you could say, oh man, we just take it one game at a time, that old cliche, but that was the biggest game of that one, and December 3rd against Philadelphia. So those are 2 games that you got circled on your calendar. They may start Deshaun Watson. So
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those games, man. I'll be lying if I said I wasn't worried about it. It's one of those trap games coming off, because you see a team, you see it all the time, man. It's real high, put up 42 points, and now, man, you can't muster 13.
Yeah.
Miami last week.
Because going back and forth, the punter might have a hell of a game, you know, both sides. You know, you come down, get 2 first downs and punt the ball away, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm worried about that game. I think 49, they should win it. But any given Sunday, man, you know, coming after a game like Dallas, man, and I'm worried about that.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do predictions a little different. Usually, I just let whoever's team is playing, let them predict. But I think we all should predict each game. So we're gonna finish up with the Niners, and then we'll go back to the Raiders before we then advance to the Cowboys. So, Jay, how do you see that game with the Browns and the 49ers going?
He hit it right on the head. You come off a high, and any given Sunday, the Browns is trying to prove to the world that they can beat a team that just beat up on the Cowboys. So, the 49ers got to be careful, just play their game, and they should squeak out a victory. But any sloppiness, the Browns will take that game 24-17.
Yeah, Vance.
I would say the same, because that does play a factor. If the 49ers come back playing like, hey, let's just get through this game. We already had that other game, and the other team's like, okay, we gotta win. We gotta show them, improve them. They're gonna play with a little bit more enthusiasm and more energy. And they coming in like, okay, yeah, last week was great, man. Let's come on. Y'all ready? Like, nah, it's over. So, they like to over celebrate anyway. So it might happen. The Browns might win.
I hear you. So everybody kind of has a might one way or the other. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give the nod to the Niners, and I'm gonna give it to them because they didn't utilize all of their weapons in the Cowboys game, especially their offensive weapons. McCaffrey really got to kind of chill that game. He hit the hole a few times, but he was a workhorse the week before. And I think that's what's dangerous when you have so many weapons, is that everybody don't have to shine every game. He can have a all-time record-breaking game, scoring 4 touchdowns, and then get 50 yards the next game, and they won both. Mm-hmm. They don't need him to be the celebrated player every time. They don't need Debo to be celebrated every time. They don't need Ayuk. I didn't feel like I saw Ayuk in the Cowboy game the way I saw him in the other games this season. He's been looking devastating, but he was relatively quiet. Yet the score looked like everybody was playing at their top 10. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, at their top level. So I feel like they have enough players that got a chance to kind of kick back, relax, kind of let the team carry the win, and now they can jump in and blow the socks off of the Browns. So I think Cleveland's going to be a sad town on Sunday. So jumping back into the Raiders, Steph, how you see that Raiders and Patriots game going in Vegas?
I see the Raiders winning the game. I think the Patriots, they just don't have it, man. It's just their time has come and gone.
Yeah.
And the Raiders only going to get better. The young tight end had a decent game last game, made some nice catches. So they stick to their running game. I see Raiders probably winning that one 28-10.
Oh,
you put a score on it.
Smoked. I like it.
They at home too, so
Yeah. Get that good home cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, how you feel about that game?
He said it right, man. You got it's time. It's Bill Belichick's time is up. He's going to motivate the team a little bit because he took his 2 worst losses ever in his career. So they're going to come out with a little bit of fire, but they're just not that team. They don't have nothing to show anybody right now. They're on the the level where it's down for them right now. So yeah, I like the scores, and he hit it right on the number. I was gonna say something in that range. So good win for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I see supposed to keep you over here. I see the Patriots when they picked up Zeke, I said, "Oh, y'all don't want to win." Okay. I got you. I understand. Y'all don't want to
Hmm.
win. Y'all picked up Zeke. Did y'all not see what Zeke did with us for the past like 4 or 5 years? He's been doing this every year, and you picked him up after we didn't. Okay, cool. Y'all don't want to win, and clearly that's been the evidence on the field. You got a coach that his career is heading downward. You bring in new talent. Some of their careers heading downward. You believe in Jones. Whatever. Gave him a contract. Okay, y'all don't want to win. So yeah, I see the Raiders being very dominant in this game, especially at home. Bring them out there and give them that good whooping. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see that happening. Um, so Jay, I'll go to you and let you predict. Cowboys got back-to-back away games. Back to back. Came out to Frisco, got it handed to them. Now they got to go to LA, the other most, one of the other biggest cities in the world.
Man, that's a tough
How's the
one.
game
That
going?
is they're gonna. I mean, hey, the Cowboys are good enough to beat them. I mean, they'll win. Dak, they'll put something in place for Dak to hit them short routes, especially on little AstroTurf, right? That turf fake, they got that fake turf
I
out there
think so.
now.
Yeah, so far.
Um, but but yeah, I mean it'll be a good game. It'll be, I don't know. It'll be close, 28-21, something in that range, but Cowboys will pull it off.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Vance,
with a late field goal, you know.
yeah.
So
Vance, what you think? Chargers versus Cowboys. Who got it?
Man, it's hard to tell when y'all come out week. Even y'all be like, okay, after losing, I'm like, nah, they not about to win no games ever. Like,
it's
like
hard.
after that, but you never know. I mean, the Chargers have. I don't know if the Chargers been really making noise like that.
Hmm,
Didn't they? They
No.
beat us, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Herbert does his thing, but as a
yeah.
as a team,
I mean, I would like to see
they
that game
solid though.
just to see what they can do. See in Dallas come, after that, see what they come with after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they gonna still tuck their heads under their legs, or they gonna come out and play some football.
Yeah, yeah. That's that's what we all waiting to see. We hoping
Yeah,
that
and I think that's what it is. It's like I just at least want to see them at least try after this point. Don't give up. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we shall see.
right, right, and the Chargers, I believe, are coming off of bye week, right?
Yeah,
I don't
well
think they
rested.
played.
I
Mm,
don't think they played last week yet.
Yeah, the last time they played was against the Raiders
us.
in SoFi, and they beat the Raiders. Um, yeah, so they coming off a win and a rest. So Steph, how you got this game? Cowboys, Chargers.
Man, if the Cowboys don't beat the Chargers down, there's gonna be some real problems. I mean, the Cowboys got enough weapons, man, and especially on the defensive side. Man, I like the offense and all of that, but man, I hang my hat on the defense.
Yeah,
And Dallas, Parsons and them gonna be pretty pissed off, man, that they didn't get the job done against the 49ers. But and I'll be very surprised, man, if Parsons don't have at least 3 sacks, forced fumble. I mean, I think Dallas really gonna get after the Chargers, and I see Dallas winning this one pretty easy.
yeah, yeah,
If you run the ball, they get that play calling maybe a, 75 to 25, 75% runs, 25% pass. Don't put it in Dak's hands too much, but just enough, to run, open up the play action, but run the ball. But I see the defensive for Dallas dominating this game.
It's always scary when everybody's saying the same thing of just make sure your quarterback don't get the ball too much.
Right.
That's a scary. That's scary, man. We don't really want to hear that.
No.
I got 2 words for this game that make me scared the most, and that is Kellen Moore. I'm very nervous to see what happens when Kellen Moore's offense that he has created for the Chargers has to go up against Mike McCarthy's offense that he created long time ago. And and you just don't know how that's gonna turn out because he knows Dallas. You know what I'm saying? He played against that defense like we talked about in practice all the time. He game planned against that defense with some of the same exact players. Most of the same squad that we have now, outside of maybe Mozzie Smith and our other cornerback Gilmore. Most of the squad is the same people that were there when he was there. So he knows their tendencies. He knows how to, get them to bite. He knows what adjustments they like to make. And so him being the craftsman that he is in offensive planning, I'm a little nervous about what he can put together going against us. However, I agree with y'all. Dallas has to win this game. And I said this the other week that Dallas, when there's games like this that they can win and they should win, that's when they shine. It's the games that they are guaranteed to win that sometimes they fail. And the games that they need to win that they fail. But in that middle space, that middle life, they conquer them niggas. They ain't got nothing for them anywhere in that space. So I agree. I see Micah having a great day. They ain't getting on the plane 2 times in a row to come out and get handed to them by Cali and going back to Texas empty-handed. Somebody gonna have to pay. It's pound of flesh from somebody. And so if it's got to be the Chargers would have had a better chance if we had to beat the Niners. I think us coming off a win from the Niners, I could definitely see us letting up a little bit. You in LA, you want to go to the beach real quick, you know what I'm saying? Hit that little spot real quick that you know of. It's a little different. But now, now you ain't thinking that. You're like, we got embarrassed. We're gonna walk out in the field and hell, at SoFi, you'll see just as many 49er fans as you will in San Francisco. So it's gonna feel like, oh, here they go again. You might, because people love the Niners so much and just love football, you may see some people that were actually at the Niner game, at the SoFi game, because people drive up. They bus up from LA, bus up from San Diego to watch the 49ers, and they do the same thing with SoFi. So I can see that happening. I feel like they're going to show out. I think it should be a one-sided victory, though, because I think my defense is like, yeah, they talking too wrong about us right now. We that team, and we got to show somebody. So I got Dallas in at least probably a 14-point blowout. Let's see. All right, gentlemen. I think that concludes it for today. I appreciate y'all, man. To the next time. Jay said he lost internet connection, so we appreciate him joining us. Appreciate Duval, jumping in the chat and saying what up. Next week we'll be back to discuss all these games and the other happenings in week 6. Week 6. Let's go Raiders. Let's go Niners. Shout out to y'all. Head out to Cleveland. Do your thing. Let's go Cowboys. We out here. I'll holler at y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
All right, y'all. That was episode 50 of the Pod is Good podcast. Man, week 5 was a week to remember, especially for my team. Hopefully your team did well. Put in the chat how your team did. Love to hear from y'all to see, what y'all feeling. Y'all can talk about the content. You can chime in. Let us know your feelings and opinions about Cowboys, Niners, Raiders, whoever whoever. I need some Steeler fans out there. I need some Falcons fans. I know there's some other great fanships out there that love their team, that's watching them. You might be hurting because of what your team is doing. You might be ecstatic about what your team is doing. But however it is, please join in the conversation. We enjoy it. Have a good time with y'all. Again, this is Kashmir, California. This is the Pod is Good podcast. Pod is good and all the time. I will catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.